what's up, everybody? Oh my goodness, sorry. I had I wasn't looking for the tools, but man, oh man, I was watching my daughter, and then my wife just came back because I thought I was gonna be here earlier, but sorry about that. Family things, But hey, shout out to everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting, grinders. I appreciate the support hanging in there, man. Over 40 people waiting. I was like, I gotta go. But thank you again. This is What Grinds My Gears. Oh, here we go. This is just 7780. What Grinds My Gears with a classic. We're going to go into this stuff. I had some topics because a lot of stuff went on today. But as you come in here, hit the like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. We're going to do some Grinds My Gears. And thank you to everybody that checked out the show last night, the Gaming Grindhouse. Mike Check, I hope everybody can hear me. Tools are for fools. That's right, yo. Shout out to everybody. Mog, Sergeant, Jamal, Ice Queen, The Coon 1985, Dylan Rafferty, The Unknown, Mercury Machines, Buck Raja, Malesco, Mog. I think I said Buddy Cactus, what's up? Scott Grabo, what's up? How you doing? Oh man, we're here. We are here. So I'm gonna move this around. So move that to that, so I have my screen here, so we could do. Oh, here we go. Let's do that. Yes, guys, hit that like button. Yo, what's up, the finest? How you doing, man? How's everything going? So yeah, shout out if you didn't check out the show, man. We did the show last night, the Gaming Grindhouse. It was awesome. We had Chris Righteous on there, Frogs Dope Gaming, and and we even did some streaming at the end. I was streaming Returnal, man. I cannot get enough of that game. Been wanting to play that some more. Just a heads up. What's up, Game Night? How you doing? Just another heads up. I tried the Wreckfest update, the PS5 version of it. Hey, it looks a little sharper. I really don't think that they did a good job with the adaptive triggers, but you know what? If it's $10, I'm glad PlayStation gave it out for free with PlayStation Plus. Because if I had paid $10 for that, that really would be not really. I don't think that the difference is there. It's not like Spider-Man remastered compared to that stuff. So I would suggest if you have a PlayStation Plus, get it. It can't hurt. I know they increased the player count for multiplayer. I haven't tried multiplayer yet, but the vibrations are there a little bit. It's nice. It's okay, but not worth $10. What's up, J-Cat? How you doing? So, as you know, the main thing I wanted to talk about today, shout out to over 50 people watching. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe. I'm almost at 780 subs, which is 20 away from 800. My God, I can't believe this stuff. But, man, here we go. Arnold, do you have something to say?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, Arnold?
I'm not a pervert.
Oh, crap. What's going on? But Arnold's ready. So, guys, there's some wild things going on this week, okay? Wild stuff. And apparently, it was something I want to spin off of yesterday's show. They still Wreckfest for the PS4. Yeah, they just came out. The PS Plus has the PlayStation 5 version for free. A month early, too. Yes, the gear changes with the right trigger. Yeah, just to get into before that, yeah, the gear change, and also too, as your car gets damaged, it's harder to press the accelerator down, and then the brake feels that it's good. It's good. It's not $10 good, but it's good. Come on to 800, oh baby, let's go.
Who are you?
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
I know, right? This news week has been crazy. So, just to get into some of the stuff. So, one of the things that I brought up yesterday was this whole idea of this Mindshare, right? And I know some people wanted me to kind of expand on that. And if you've been a listener of my content and stuff, you know that, the biggest thing is having the leverage in the Mindshare. And we see this a lot with with PlayStation, over the last PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, owning a lot of the mind share and of gamers and where the gamers are going. And Xbox lost a lot of that with the original, with the Xbox One. They gained a lot of it with the 360. But the point is that with Mindshare, you get leverage. You have leverage in the gaming industry. You have leverage for those deals, for those Call of Duty maps of the 360, for those GTA things, deals and money. when you have the higher install base, remember the first to 10 million wins, right? That was the whole thing with the 360. And the first to 10 million gets, and know why they win? Because now you have a console that developers know that it's selling. Just look at the Switch. Look how everything pivoted to develop for the Switch. Things like that developed for the Switch because the Switch was selling. The Mindshare was there. And that's something, when you have that Mindshare, you have the sales of that console, you gain leverage. And it's funny things that we've seen today is like, with the emails and stuff, Sony flexed their muscles. They have the leverage. And one of the things I pointed out in last night's show was the, let me get this up here, was this graphic right here. And let me see if I get this display. Make sure this thing's working here. There you go. So this graph right here, right? So just using Fortnite as an example. Fortnite, look at the revenue across platforms. So right now, Epic is having this battle with Android. With Apple, right? And a lot of these emails are surfacing up between Sony and Epic and Microsoft and Epic and a lot of things that they probably don't want to be shared. But this is something that's really interesting. It's like this, when you have this momentum, they're not going to piss off PlayStation. And a lot of the PlayStation stuff came from the crossplay. And there was a lot of big push from Microsoft to do the crossplay with the Switch. And the thing is look, Sony said, we don't need to do crossplay. Because look who wanted it. Nintendo needed crossplay, right? Because Nintendo needed to have their gamers not just play 8% of the, with this small group. But, they want to play with the bigger pie, right? So, when you have this part here, and this is not just in Fortnite. You have this in console sales. You have this, a developer will look and be like, all right, who is selling the most? This is where I want to put. That's the leverage that the Mindshare gains. That's why console sales matter. That's why what Microsoft was doing is trying to gain the Mindshare that they lost. But when you have this, you have leverage. And in that, we have these things. So basically, when you have that, you get things like this. You get emails like this from Sony. This is from Epic to Sony, right? Joe, thanks for the note. Sorry that you feel things are moving too slowly for Epic with PlayStation and cross-platform play. I was under the impression that there was no movement with Microsoft on cross-platform. Has that changed? Also, as a mobile is important to you, our tournament API is important to us. Thus the ask. I appreciate the points you've listed in the mail. There's a lot of great ideas here. So no, I'm sorry, this is Sony to them, right? And then he goes, as you know, many companies are exploring this idea, and not a single one could explain how cross-console play improves the PlayStation business. Open to your thoughts if Epic has ideas on this since we all last talked. In the meantime, I'll forward you the email to our executives, and we'll get your thoughts and responses as soon as possible. So, this is Sony going, what's your value to us, right? And the response was, what's their response? So where is this? This email. Yeah, these things have been lit. These friggin' emails that are coming out here. Where is it? That's not it. It's the, oh crap, hold on. Now I gotta search for it. What is it? Epic emails. It was, I thought I had their, oh, actually I have it here. Hold on. Goddamn Google's always listening. Yeah, I have it here. Hold on. So their response is, oh, you know what? I'll just tweet this out. Here we go. I'll tweet it so I have it on my screen. So there. This is Epic's response. Remember I said, remember that pie, right? Remember the pie? Remember the pie. We love working with PlayStation, and we want to be this a win-win. The longer this drags out, it will be less so. I can't think of a scenario where Epic doesn't get what we want. That possibility went out the door when Fortnite became the biggest game on PlayStation. Here's what I propose. We give you the data that you're asking for, the marketing data ask. Epic deeply integrates Sony esports into UE3 as engine-level feature. We market and advertise it as a first-class citizen of the engine, maybe E3 announce, and we support it in Fortnite. We announce crossplay in conjunction with Sony. Epic goes out of its way to make Sony look like heroes. You get to pick when, where, and how. Epic brands its E3 presence with PlayStation. We're planning a 100-player celebrity pro-am with huge after-parties. Budget, I've seen is huge, and it will be the biggest event at E3. Maybe we can announce something with celebs on stage, a new partnership. Epic's willing to explore more items. Maybe we commit to a game at launch of your next VR platform. PS Plus, maybe we'll do something extra special for a month. Offer you a unique character, something highly valuable to drive PlayStation adoption even more. Epic extends the Sony company-wide UE4 license. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but your license is used UE4 expires on 2019. But you know what? That license has some of the best terms ever offered for UE4. Let's make this a huge win for us. Epic's not changing its mind on the issue, so let's just agree on it now. Man, oh man, somebody's buttering somebody's balls. Oh man, where's that pie? Man, oh man, butter those balls. Epic's like, we'll do this for you. We'll do this for you. Now, let's see. Phil had an email to Epic. Let's see what Phil had to say. Phil had an email to Tim Sweeney. Let's see what Phil says. Maybe Epic is kissing his ass too. Here's Phil Ness. Totally understand. There's a lot going on Microsoft nowadays. Anyway, you'll enjoy the upcoming fireworks show. Tim Sweeney. Here's Phil. I owe you a bunch of things, and I'm behind. I apologize for that. Just a lot going on, but that's not an excuse. You've obviously seen our Samsung announce, and now our back and forth with Apple. At the highest levels of Microsoft, we're committed to pushing these policies and continue to expand our console platform capabilities. You can chime in as you feel comfortable, but I did not want to just let you know that I have your point on xCloud on other consoles. Haven't given up. Oh, we'll talk about that one. Free to play outside of Gold, we will get there, and I want to partner with you. And our store entitlement ideas as terms, I'm going to review with you to make progress. I'm committed to that. Just behind.
Relax. You've been erased.
Who are you?
Dude. I gotta say, man, it's like Sony's like, what can you do for me? And it feels like I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Leverage. It's in the emails. Like, again, it's just an email. So, like, again, I'm not saying this is as good as Gold, but it's very telling. The approaches of the emails. You know, and I know they're talking about crossplay and one's talking about, but you could see the tone. Like, the tones are like of Phil Ness and just being like, oh, I'm behind. And know what's interesting is, like, I'm sorry, but this is the thing. Does Phil ever get tired? And yeah, drinking game for Phil, okay? Optimus, shout out to Optimus Code. Does he ever get tired of apologizing and just saying sorry? And I always think of that God of War line. Don't be sorry, be better. I'm behind. What's up, Alfonso? How you doing? I'm behind. I'm sorry. We're trying. You gotta be confident. I just feel like it's so funny reading this thing. Like, he's a nice guy, but it's just like, nice guys finish last, right? You gotta be Jim Gordon Ramsay, burn the goddamn Hell's Kitchen down. I just think that it's just like, it reads as his tweets, like, we'll get there, I promise. Woo, like.
Who are you?
Just to, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. It just reads like one of his tweets. Like, hey, sorry, gamers, we'll get there. We misjudged it. We'll try. We'll be there. We're just a little behind. We just got some studios. Like, we just got some games. Sorry, I'm real sorry about Halo. Like, you have to delay it. Like, sorry. We're behind. We're back. Like, it just... Soft. SAWFT. Soft. I don't know. Like, I just don't know why it's always this sob story. You're a $1 trillion company. What the hell? Like, you got all this shit and money in the world. It's throwing out $7 billion checks and all this other stuff, and you come off as just like, we're trying. We're trying to reach this 2 billion people. I'm sorry, we're just not there. Like, dude, it's just interesting. But the main thing here, like the main thing that I pulled out of this is not just the softness of this and how Sony flexing. Again, sales don't matter. 2 billion gamers. You know what? It does matter. It matters to developers. It matters to business. That's why when he said it doesn't matter how many consoles you sell, damn well it matters how many consoles you sell. It damn well does. All right? It always does. That's your install base. That's what developers look at. They look at that install base and go, 8 million? Whoa, 8.5 million? Well, what's that Xbox at? Well, they're not telling the numbers, and, maybe they're around 4 million. Oh, well, I only have resources to make one goddamn game for one platform. So guess what? Put it on the 8.5 million. Let's go. And that's how exclusives exist for some companies. Or then Sony goes, we got 10 million, and we also have over 120 million other consoles. You want to make a PlayStation game? One console. Or you want to make it on a PlayStation? And boom, there's a leverage. We got 10 million. It's growing at an astronomical rate. It's growing faster than a PlayStation 4. Would you like to be on our platform? Sure, I'll make a game. Yeah, you want to be big? Come over here. Play with the big boys. You go over there, they're going to put you in a subscription with a bunch of okie dokie games. Oh, really? Oh, who's that? Game Night. Sorry, I got to move my chat thing over here. Game Night says... Oh, yeah, let me move up my... Ah! Oh, man. I got finessed. Hold on. Friggin'. God damn it. Live shows. Son of a bitch. My display port thing came unplugged. There we go. Did it work? There we go. Unplugged my monitor. Damn, that sucked. Holy crap, now stuff's all over the place. Hold on. There we go. It's back. My monitor was unplugged. Sorry, guys. Let me, you know what? I forgot to say, I jumped on this thing so fast I forgot to move over the chat. Let me pop that up because I want to get you guys' reaction. I want to hear what you guys have to say. There we go. Jeff Ross said in his interview that Jim Ryan threatened to fire everyone if Days Gone leaked. Opposite what Phil would say. That's a good point. And it's raw. That's right, Skills. What's up? Shout out to everybody coming in. It's interesting because you're right, Game Night. What's interesting about this is and this is something that I think people don't understand. There are a lot of leakers for Microsoft, and I do think that while they make content for to try to get people to listen and for YouTube and all that other stuff, and people like the leaks and give me news every day and surprises, I do think they do some harm because they kind of remove the surprise. It's a shame that Microsoft has so many leakers and so many things going on there because it removes a lot of the surprise. They're working on a Star Wars game. So they showed a Star Wars game and they're like, that's the Star Wars game? And it's like Star Wars Checkers or some shit like that. And it's like, oh, that's the Star Wars game they're working on? Just come out of the blue with it, right? It's just crazy. Like, I do think that some of these leakers do a little bit more harm because, oh, they're working on this, they're working on that. I hear they're working on this. It just seems that it does remove a lot of the surprise for the gamer because they're constantly just leaking stuff. And, it's interesting how Sony keeps their shit locked. Man, there's very few insiders and there's leaks every single day. They're working on a Star Wars game. Gears 6 they're working on Gears 6, but then a new IP. And it's just like, how much is true? How much is just hearsay? But what I do hear a lot from leakers is that a lot of Microsoft stuff is still in its early stages. Like, what they told us 3 years ago, they were saving it for next gen. Next gen is here. We're almost 5-6 months into next generation. And the things that are coming out are the things that were supposed to be there last year. So, yeah. Interruptions. But the thing is like you have these leakers and stuff, and they're just talking about all this early stuff, and it's just like, what are we doing? Like, I just can't believe that Microsoft fell behind that much in bringing games to their platform as they did. Shutting down Lionhead and all that other stuff. I just think that it's really yeah, thanks. I had to put it on mute. Sorry. But it's just that it's just unfortunate that they are so early in development for a lot of these games, like 2 to 3 years coming out. Like, you look at what Sony's doing. They have a lineup now. They had a lineup at launch, and they have a lineup, and they have games coming out, and games coming out after that, and then there's stuff that we don't even know about that they're working on. Then there are their partnerships and all that other things that they're doing. Like the Discord, like the Evo, and all that other stuff. That's in addition to their games. And then the PSVR next year. And COVID affected them too. How the hell does Sony have these games coming out back to back to back? And the quality that there are. The quality that exists with these games. When Microsoft showed Craig, the fucking bold-ass head. How the hell? And they go, oh, COVID, we're working remotely. You develop fucking Microsoft Teams. You have a whole program dedicated to working remotely. How the hell are you unprepared to work remotely with Microsoft when you create the goddamn communication software, and Sony, while affected, is still able to pump out games? Psychonauts 2 delayed, Crossfire X, Halo, Medium was delayed. Scorn, when the hell is that coming out? What, like, exactly. Omar, like, I think they're horrible management over there. You got softies. You got softies. We're behind. Sorry. He's not coming on here going, you know what? This is our vision. This is what we're doing. Nah, yeah, we're sorry, we're behind. We mean I'm behind. This is August 2020. This is not like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He's been there since 2013, everybody. Phil's been there. This is where I mean when people say his management. Soft. Gordon goddamn Ramsay's he's lighting up the kitchen. Fire people, you leak a game. No, I'm not greenlighting that horse shit. Dude, Jim S. Ryan. Craziness. And then you see this thing. This will be a slap in the goddamn face. I liked Sunset Overdrive. I beat it and the DLC. Sony Interactive trademarked Sunset Overdrive in the US. Dude. Are they going to make... How the hell... And this is what I've been saying this. Like, even with Insomniac. How are they coming out with these games? How is Sony coming out with these games in a pandemic, affected the same way Microsoft's affected, But Microsoft's just like, yeah, poof. And it's not even big shit. Crossfire X campaign. Like, we're not even talking about big stuff. It's not even like God of War-esque stuff. It's like, it's all the little shit that still they can't get out either. And then all you hear in the rumors is like, oh, they got another studio. They're going to be making a Star Wars game. They're going to be making. What about they're going to be showing the shit that they showed us in 2019 that's still not here yet? When's that going to go? When's that going to happen? I don't get it. Sony took a indie studio with Housemarque making little games, and they have made a big AAA game. Fully realized new IP that's addicting and has elements of their previous games. Sony did with Housemarque the stuff that people are wishing on their knees Microsoft does with Ninja Theory, with Compulsion Games, with State of Decay devs, with all those people on their knees wishing that Microsoft does what Sony did to Housemarque. And Sony did it already. There's no hoping and wishing. No hoping and wishing and praying and hoping and wishing and praying. There isn't. It's here. It's in your hands today, and it worked. It got reviewed. It got stamped approval, possibly, maybe runners up for Game of the Year. And meanwhile, at Xbox, they're like, we're hoping and praying and missing and praying and hoping and wishing and praying and missing. Like, what the? And then we got E3. We're hoping and praying and hoping and praying. E3 again? Really? Last year was do or die. Well, Craig came out of it, so I guess it was a die. They died. But they're back again. The House Flyer won't die. To show what? Everwild, we figure out what the game is. Soft. But we'll boost up those games from 4 years ago and make it news. You know? Phil rub some nipples. Greenberg, everybody rub some nipples. Let's rub some nipples. Frame per second boost. Cool feature. Cool trick. We'll make you play your games on your phone. Cool trick. Phil should be a goddamn magician with all these tricks up his sleeve. They're bringing games to their gaming platform. You bought a next-gen console for next-gen games. Next-gen games. Phil's doing a bunch of party tricks. He's like a washed-up magician. I'll go put this cat out of the hat. I'll put this rabbit out of the hat. Dude, it's like, what? What? Soft. Leverage. Mindshare. If you, and this is the reason why it grinds my gears, everybody. This is the reason why. Because the thing is that leading into this generation, a changed Microsoft. It was a changed Phil. He was being bold. Remember? Bold. They were bold. The 12 teraflops oozing out of his jeans. Oozing. They were ready for next gen. They weren't taking this shit anymore. They were ready. Smack Sony up its face. We're back, bitch.
Who is your daddy?
We're coming with Halo, bitch.
Who is your daddy?
Yeah. Laughed out of the state. Get this magician, this washed up magician. Get him out of here. Houdini Jr. We don't have Halo, but did I tell you that you could play this on a cell phone? Android, iPhone. It's coming to iPhone, but it's on Android. Hey, what? But did I tell you that I could take this old game here? I'll just put it into my hat. I'll take this game. What game is it? Oh, what game you wanted? Doggo? Here, I'll take Doggo. That's a good game. Doggo on Xbox. I'll take it. I'll put it in my hat. A frames per second boost. Look, you can run it faster. Watch what I can do. Let me take this game over here. Oh, yeah, Recore. Yeah, Recore. I'm going to put this in my hat. Hold on. Don't mind the man behind the curtain. Hold on. Look, I'm running at 60 frames. You're a washed up magician, man. You're showing a bunch of parlor tricks. People are on to you now. Because guess what? You've been doing those tricks for the last 4 years. Backwards compatibility, frames per second boost. The power of the 1X never revealed entirely. The Series X staying neck to neck with PlayStation and even underperforming in some games. You're a bunch of parlor tricks. Soft. But let's get to the ultimate softness. The ultimate fluffiness and softness. All right? Shout out to everybody watching. Yep, yeah, I got my dislike. There it is. Hit the like button, everybody, to offset that dislike. Yeah. And hit that subscribe if you're new here. But let's go to the ultimate softness. And then I got another point to make too. So, in this email, and again, we're just going to sit and wait. Wait till E3, wait till all these game reveals. They have a whole bunch of work to do. They got a lot of stuff to do. But hear this, the Endgame, right? Here's your Endgame, and I've been saying this, and I said this a bunch of times, because even when Phil last year did his interview and with The Verge, and he hyped up the Xbox Cloud app on TVs. Oh, you'll see that within a year, right? He also stated, Phase 1. He thinks he's Marvel. Phase 2 and Phase 1. This is Phase 2 or something like that. We're really excited where XCloud's going to go and all this other stuff, right? I'm behind. Yeah, he's behind. That XCloud is going to be... Where else can XCloud be? All right? As of today, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. As of today, XCloud is on PC. XCloud is on... XCloud and Game Pass. Let's fuck everything. XCloud and Game Pass. It's on PC. XCloud streaming. XCloud is on all the Android phones in the world. XCloud now is on all the iPhones in the world, all the iPads in the world. And now it's on Macs. It's on PCs. And it soon will be on all the Samsung TVs in the world. XCloud will be there. But wait, there's more. Where else can it go? If he's so excited about where XCloud's going to go, where else can it go? It's already everywhere right now on May the 4th. It's everywhere. Where else? Wait till WrestleMania. That's right, Buddy Cactus. Where else is it, everybody? Where else can it go? It's on all the phones in the world, all the iPads, all the tablets. It's going to be on all the TVs. He confirmed that this year, in a year. Where else could XCloud go? It's on every goddamn device, everywhere. It's on PCs, Macs, all the mobile phones in the world. Where else can it go? Where is the end game? Where's the next phase, Phil? It's putting XCloud on the competing consoles. Oh, it's not on Xbox. You're right, Umar. It's not on It's not on Xbox. It's not on Xbox. So there you go. XCloud is on an Xbox, but Game Pass and XCloud are all those devices. So if you want to throw a Game Pass in there, I'm surprised XCloud's not on there, because that would make sense. That's where I use PlayStation Now to sample a game over the cloud before I download it, for some of the PlayStation Now games. But where else can it go? Put it on toilets, they say. The body wash, they got body wash. Maybe it comes with a coupon. They have a body wash,
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here. And we see parents with the family.
Jedi Jones, I love the dumb narrative that Sony has to talk and say things like Phil. And Sony doesn't need to say shit. And what they're doing is exactly. That's the thing. Phil doesn't... Actually, Phil's been good. He hasn't been saying shit. He did that Bethesda interview, and that was about it. You know, he's been quiet. Usually around this time, he's talking super bullshit. He'll do like an interview about frames per second boost or something. So I'm glad they're doing that. But where else could xCloud go? And you see it right here. In Phil's August 2020. And this is where I said, the Endgame. Up your ass. That's exactly where it could go. Up your ass. And like I said, where does this go? This xCloud. Because if you want to reach 2 billion gamers, you got to go where the gamers are. And where are the gamers going, guys? Where are the gamers at? The people who would buy and spend. Those cash cows. Those whales. The whale shopping that Microsoft is doing with xCloud and Game Pass. Let me give you this game for a low, low price of a subscription so that you buy the microtransactions, you buy the DLC, or maybe you even buy the game. Let's do that because they want to follow that mobile market. We'll give it to you for free. We'll give you a taste. And then you're going to come back for more. And now you're going to be spending money. And over time, I'll get more money from you than if you just bought the game and left it. Over time, though. That's their bank. That's what they're trying to do. But if you want to reach gamers, you're going to put it on little Timmy's phone who doesn't give a shit about Gears of War? You're going to put it on Fred's PC who he can play games natively? He don't need your shit. You're going to put it on iPads that have a whole Apple store of games that are made for the device so you could jerk off over the cloud on Halo? Mac fans and Apple fans would be the last person that want to play Halo. Right? So where do you go? You bring it to the other consoles. And he says it here. But I did want to just let you know that I have your point on xCloud, on other consoles. And here it is.
You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
Parentheses. Haven't given up. In all this softness, the one thing that he puts his foot down and puts a statement down is xCloud on other consoles. I haven't given up. Free to play outside of gold, we will get there. And I want to partner with you. After the February debacle, they eventually got there. So when's this part coming? I haven't given up. So obviously, Phil Ness wants xCloud on other consoles. It's the other consoles that don't want xCloud on it. And you see in these emails where Sony was putting their foot down going, how does this benefit the PlayStation business? Me letting you play with the other consoles, how does that benefit me? I don't want to pay to have a skin designed on my platform or have somebody buy a whole bunch of skins on the Switch and then use all those skins on the PlayStation version of Fortnite. They did not buy those skins and I didn't get that revenue. Why are they allowed to buy that somewhere else and play that same stuff on my console? Now, as a gamer, dick move, right? It is. It's, you know. But as a business, yeah, obviously. Do you want to open up a restaurant and have all your customers go to the restaurant next door and sit in your restaurant and eat the other restaurant's food because you have a better atmosphere? Where's your money as a restaurant owner? You guys are not buying my food. You're going over to Jimmy John's across the street, getting your food over there, and then sitting in my friggin' restaurant, taking up my chairs. What money do I get? You're eating their food in my restaurant. You're not looking at my menu. You're not eating my stuff. As a business, of course. And when you are making about 50% of the revenue for the company, they're going to go, oh, shit, yeah, about that. All right, well, let me make this a sweet deal for you. That's why you had to kiss his ass. Because Sony has the leverage. That's right, food analogies. Us Italians from New York, this is what we do. It makes sense. Food could be used in any example. Dominic, that's right. But that's the thing. And Sony, you know what? Oh, I don't like that deal. Because guess what? If my restaurant's popular and making all the money for you, I take my business elsewhere, or I don't promote your stuff, or I come out with a competitive game that challenges you, and now we get a diluted market, or do I promote you, Fortnite, as our cash cow, or do I put you in the front of our store? Do I make you Fortnite shine? Do I send reminders to all those 100 million subscribers? Yeah, right. All that leverage. That's what Sony does. And Phil is outside with his porridge going, "Sir, can you please work with me? I would love to work with you, sir. Please. Please have some porridge. I haven't given up on putting my shit on other consoles just like you want me to, sir." Soft. Soft. Shit. Phil Ness is soft.
The rumors are true. We have received a small quantity of the action figure known as Turbo Man. I am not going to ask you people to be quiet again. Do you hear me? If you're not one of the lucky few, we have plenty of Turbo Man's faithful pet tiger Booster in stock.
The rectangle. What? It's a PC. Wait. Yeah. Xbox Series X. Wait, that's not a name.
Booster. I don't want Booster.
In the trash.
Booster. I don't want Booster.
Nobody wants Booster. Don't come to me with Booster, man. Don't come to me with Booster.
Yes, I'm trying to find a Turbo Man doll.
Me too, me too.
Do you have any more in the back? What? I see nothing. What did it say?
These guys are looking for a Turbo Man?
A gentleman doll, yes.
Turbo Man.
Hey, everybody! These two are looking for a Turbo Man!
Now, what's so funny?
Where have you guys been? Turbo Man's only the hottest selling Christmas toy ever. You know what? We got plenty of Turbo Man's faithful saber-tooth tiger Booster.
Where's your Christmas spirit?
Yep. That's a summary of nobody wants Booster, man. It's hard to shop around with Booster. Now, speaking of Booster, this is something also that came out of the emails, right? Well, not the emails, but this something came out of Epic with this lawsuit thing going on. And this I thought is something very interesting. So, this is the other point I want to make. Shout out to everybody. Hit that like button. Epic Store users and purchase, right? So Epic says in their store that there is about 20.7 million users. Unique users, right? The traffic goes up here and goes down here, split into two pieces. 2.2 million people actually bought a game. And they were quite like, you came to the store, you bought a game, and you're here. 2.2 million out of 20.7 million. The rest, this is the path I took. $18.5 million just came for the free game. Now, that's a gamble, right? Hit that like button. That's right, Ravenflow. Everybody, hit that like button, please. Because we're going to see where we're going with this. So, $18.5 million just came for the free game. I came here for the free liquor. All right? It's a gamble. You're giving away games for free. They gave GTA. I got Just Cause. I had Alan Wake. What else did I get? I got Mad Max. A whole bunch of free games. Crazy. Epic does it, right? Epic Store. $18.5 million come for the free game. It's a gamble. You're giving away stuff for free. Low cost of entry. With the hope I turn you into a customer. You know? With the hope that I turn you into a customer. Well, let's see how that hope works, right?
You're my #1 customer.
7% of the 18 million stuck around and actually bought something. So you got 18.5 million coming in, and you were able to lock down 1.3 million of them, 7%, and they bought a game. Look at the difference of revenue, what they get. 107 million for the dudes that just showed up. 2.2 million, 2 million just bought a game. Didn't deal with subscription bullshit, didn't deal with free games. They just walked in and bought a game. 2 million, and they came out with 107 million. 107, right? 107 million coming out here. But I had to give all my free shit. I got a whole bunch of people coming in, but nobody's buying anything. Well, we got 1 million. So from that million, half. So if you just show up and buy a game, 2 million people give you double than if 1.3 million just stayed around and bought something. 53. So you're coming in for the free sample, the taste, with the hope that I turn you into a customer to make this. If you just come in and I got quality content, you just come in the door and buy my game, I make this with this small amount. With almost 7%, with almost 10% of the full traffic, if I just have people just outright buy my shit, this is what I make. Look at this chart. And tell me what path Sony's going and what path is Game Pass. Do you need a minute? You need a minute? Which way are we going here? One strategy versus another one. Gamers are smart. Gamers will take everything from you, whatever they can get. All right? Gamers know the ins and outs. That's what makes you a gamer. A gamer has an inherent ability for pattern recognition. Because especially us older gamers, we grew up with pattern recognition. Hell, that's what makes you good at Returnal. If you could detect patterns, shortcuts, ways to manipulate the situation, utilize the environment to benefit you, the gamer, you, the player. Gamers are smart. Gamers know what to take and what they can take. That's why Goodwill Phil is giving you this. He's giving you the little taste in the back alley. Come on in for Game Pass, everybody. Come on in. I'm going to give you a little taste of my barbecue. A little sample. Remember the people that stand outside of the place in the mall? They give you the bourbon chicken, the sample of the bourbon chicken. There they are. You stand out here, and I want you to give every every fucking person that walks by here a taste of this bourbon chicken. But, sir, it doesn't matter. Everybody gets the free sample. And maybe, out of all those people you give that chicken to, a few people would say, you know what? I want to eat some of that chicken. Now, start your business like that and do that every day. Do you think that you're going to make back all the free chicken you've been handing out? So come on in for the free sample, a little taste. Ooh, it tastes so good to touch your lips. It's so good, touch your lips. I hope now that you got Gears 5 for a low price of $1 bill fill or a box of Pop-Tarts, now you'll buy that skin of Dom and for $5 and maybe to buy the skin of Kate and maybe buy some DLC and maybe you'll do this but you don't own the game. It's in there forever. We're not removing them. Well, why would I buy stuff for a game I don't own? I don't know, but maybe you'll buy the game. So, just looking at that kind of model, how can Game Pass fully exist with giving that stuff out for free? And they're not losing money on it. When if you just put out a quality product that people would just buy, you don't need 18 million Xbox Game Pass subscribers to make a buck. You just need your hardcore. That's why when they shut down their hardcore user, they're not bringing the great games to their system. They're not bringing hardcore games to their system. They focus on the casuals. They're focusing on the mass market, where hopefully that a turnaround will give them something. You're focusing on people with Game Pass that don't care about your product. That's why they don't own your product. So instead, you want to shove your product on their phone, like an infomercial. I don't need this fucking air fryer at 11 o'clock at night. But Billy fucking Mays is on the TV and he's telling me I need this fucking air fryer. But wait, there's more. I don't need it. Phil is using Game Pass, whoring it out on commercials. Get Game Pass on every device possible. Get it in people's faces. Maybe I could strong arm my way that people will actually acknowledge that we exist. Phil, that's not the way. What you have to do is generate unique quality content and drive the hardcore. Look at this. If you do that, and then on top of that, you do a PlayStation Now and say, you know what? We made our bank over here, dude. Guess what? Now I put the shit over here for the 18 million that don't give a fuck. Now I weasel some money out of those people. But guess what? I already made my money. That's why the waterfall method that I always talk about benefits this. The game is not compromised for this. The game is not compromised for that. The game is brought to what it should be. Returnal is built for who it should be for. That's the audience. Ratchet's built for its audience. Ratchet doesn't have to have downloadable levels because it's going to be in a service and everybody has to come back month after month for Ratchet. No, it's a complete thought, a complete game day one. But with Halo, since it's in there, we're gonna figure out where we're gonna put the classic shotgun and the classic pistol. What? Why isn't that there? Why are all the guns for Halo and all the game modes? They better be there day one, right? No, I don't think so. Free to play Halo? You think they're gonna ship with 20 multiplayer modes? Free to play Halo? You think? I bet you there's like 3. Oh, we'll add Big Team Battle. We'll see what you want. We'll put Infection in there later. Maybe we'll have a January update and add Infection there. Oh, you really want the battle rifle back? All right, we'll put it in the April update. That's when your game is launching in a subscription. When they're giving you the taste. They're giving you the taste. That's why when people go, well, $70 versus Game Pass. You tell me when Microsoft gives you a fucking full $60, $70 game, when Returnal and Ratchet and Clank show up in Game Pass, then you could compare that stuff. But when you're giving me medium and horse shit like Grounded with bees and goddamn photo mode, they're still figuring out the story. You're not comparing apples to apples there. You're comparing a service with mid-tier content, and maybe they'll get a third-party exclusive. They did in April. Well, I don't know about May. You need consistency when you need subscribers, and I don't see consistency. They showed this month. Looks a little bitch. And you need consistency. You're not putting those top-tier games in Game Pass. And if those games show up in Game Pass, and now we're looking at 70, like I said before, like a game like MLB. Now, okay, well, wait, $70 here, and then, okay, well, now we'll talk. But when I see Ratchet and Clank, God of War, Last of Us, when those type of games exist in Game Pass, because people tell me they do. Jazz, they do. Just Microsoft's making them. That's why they're taking so long. Oh, okay. But they're a few years out. Okay. So you're telling me a game like Last of Us 2 could release day one in Game Pass, full-fledged content, go. I need to see it to believe it. Because I'm seeing what they did to Halo, and that's their top-tier franchise. And if they could do that to Halo, they're going to do that kind of shit to everything else. Halo's the measurement. If they do that with Halo, what are they going to do with Perfect Dark? Do a Fable. Episodic Fable? Who knows? But you're putting your stuff in a certain... You don't need that stuff. So that's why Microsoft could have put these games uncompromised for a service. Day one, quality, high content, get the hardcore, then put it in the service. But instead, Microsoft for 3 years took their game and said, you know what? Whatever this game is, shove it into the service. Shove it, shove it, shove it, shove it. We'll make money in the end. Buy. Shove it, shove it, shove it. Add content later. Put it in preview. It's not ready for prime time. Shove it. Put it in Game Pass. Game Pass, Game Pass. They never said, does this game belong in Game Pass? Maybe this game deserves its own thing. Maybe there's a market that will buy this game outright. And it like Gears 5. I bought Gears 4 for $100. Gears 5, I had free sample and I played it. That's it. And I dab into Gears when I want to whenever I get Game Pass. Like, what a different experience between Gears 4 and Gears 5. Where Gears 4, I bought it. I went through the campaign, beat it and stuff. And Gears 5, because of the way it was distributed, it was just like and I can tell you my friends list, the friends that I play with and I work with, we would play Halo every night, Call of Duty every night. Then we moved to Gears. When those games came out, it was stop everything, take a week off of work, we're playing. It ended with Gears 5. They didn't even, we had a whole Gmail chat. And you can tell, like, yo, we're all like business people. We're all like in a Gmail chat. Not one person even acknowledged that Gears was coming out. It's crazy. I've seen the shift. I've seen the pivot. I've seen the disregard. Not one person even mentioned Halo. We would diehards. We play this thing in and out every night. It was like the Bada Bing Club, man. Every night, the same group, the 6 of us, go. And I would and we would go online, and if all the slots were taken up, it would be like, oh shit, I missed it, guys. All right, well, I'll wait in the waiting room, or I'll play something else. But as soon as that guy jumps off, let me get in there so we could roll, level up and all that other stuff. And then if we had too many people, we'll just do casual games. Those days are gone. And now those days have pivoted to another platform. Because the interest, it's just not there anymore. And I don't know if it was, and you talk about accessibility, the game was more accessible than anything. It was accessible, but nobody bought it. Nobody played it. And Gears 5 died off faster than Gears 4 did. And guys, remember, Gears 5 and 4, remember they say it's everywhere, more people to play the game. Gears 4 and 5 had the biggest audiences ever. Those both games were on PC and console day one. Day one. No excuse. Those games were available to 1 billion PC gamers, users, and 50 million console players. And they still dropped off. Bleeding ass. More people to play the games. Hoorah. Everywhere. These games, how the hell does Bleeding Edge don't even have a friggin' 1 year anniversary? They stopped putting content out 2 months later. How does that game die with 18 million subscribers and 1 billion PC people have access to it? It was on Steam. It was in Game Pass. It was on Android phones. It was on all the consoles. So Phil's saying 2 billion people, he just wants to get his shit in front of you. But that doesn't mean you're going to bite. And you even see it in the marketing. They don't care about the game. It's about the service. Let's get your subscription. I want you to sub like a friggin' porn magazine. We want your subs. Subs. Like, what about the content? Come on, man. You're chumming the water. You're chumming it. And look how it's working. And what's interesting is that I see people, Tom Warren, Jeff Grubb, like I see people talking about this and going, Epic Store's a failure. It's trash. See, nobody's using it. But I'll tap you on the shoulder and go, how's this model not what Microsoft is trying to do? They're trying to lure you in with low access gaming with the hope that you convert. And they're doing that with everything. So how does this model, you're telling me this fails. Epic Store sucks. This is what you see when they were talking about it. See, Epic Store sucks. Look how it fails. Just get rid of it. It will never be Steam. I looked at this and go, but isn't this Game Pass right here? Well, shit, it's even 18 million. How many of those people are buying games? How many of those people are buying stuff? And even if they are, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Rather than Microsoft just made a great game and people just bought it outright. Look at the difference. And then you got Phil going, and then you got these things. That's why people care so much about this stuff, where they go like this. Hey, Phil.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years with our first party.
He said that in 2019. Our last few years, we haven't done our best output. 2019, he said that last few years. He's talking about 2017. So you're telling me from 2016, 2017, you haven't done your best output in 2019, and I'm grinds my gears from the future 3 years later after that interview to tell you your quality still fucking sucks. We're talking years, grinders. Years.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years.
Last few years in 2019. Well, hello from 2021. Where the fuck is Craig Chiapet?
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
Wait, the games? What do you mean? Phil got a trick.
I'm trying to use the phone!
That's exactly how they are. Sony's showing content and games and quality, and people are shook. Whoa, look at this game. Wow, next gen, woo! And then Phil's like, but did I show you my new trick with XCloud?
I'm trying to use the phone!
One of the things I read.
Don't mind the great games that they're releasing, but you could play the shit-ass game on your phone. But anyway, back to this thing. I just thought it's interesting. Now, again, we don't have the real numbers. And another point is that this past quarter, for the last 3 quarters, right? Microsoft has been, the last 2 quarters, Microsoft said, hey, Game Pass is at 15 million in the last quarter. Then they said, hey, in the last quarter, it's at 18 million. And I made a point. I was like, wait a second. They grew 5 million over pandemic summer, They grew only 3 million during the biggest holiday season with new consoles, Android getting XCloud, and EA games going to XCloud and Game Pass. 3 huge moves. It's on all the Android devices now. You only grew 3 million subscribers. Well, let's see what they did in January, February, March, right? Guess what? They don't announce the Game Pass users. They would do it after the calls. After they showed their financials, Satya will come out and say it. They didn't talk about January, February, March. Now, Jez Corden did an article. He's like, oh, I hear they're at 24 million. Well, I hear versus a financial report where it was coming right out of the horse's mouth. Right out of Satya's mouth, he was saying there's 15 million. We had 5 million subscriber growth, and now we have 18 million. It was coming right from Microsoft. Why wouldn't Microsoft show January to March numbers? Why, if you're growing, why wouldn't you just keep doing it? Why would you stop? You want to stack the deck and maybe next quarter, so when we're in, April, May, June, you're going to say we're at 30 million subscribers and people, we're at 25, 30 million, and people are like, whoa, look at that huge jump. Yeah, well, you're talking over 6 months. If they said we're at 30 million now in 3 months, or we're at 25 million in 3 months, now you know that they went from 18 to 25. Remember, it's the rate of growth. And again, it's growing, and I really don't think it's growing in the sense where they'll tell you it's growing. I think it's just Xbox Live members pivoting because Xbox Live is devalued now because of Games with Gold, not free to play. Xbox Live is really just an antiquated appendix of gaming, used to be. And Microsoft's making sure of that. So I just think it's a lot of people who have Xbox Live who are just kind of upgrading to Game Pass Ultimate and calling it a day. I don't think they're grabbing little Johnny at Wendy's on his phone going, Mom, I got to sign up for Game Pass on my new phone. I don't think so. Because little Johnny doesn't want to buy a $70 controller to play those games on his phone. Oh, but some have touch. Okay, well, give me the list. That's another list. Go to the website. We'll tell you what games work with touch. Fuck out of here. Just some. So the thing is that you got to look at the rate of growth. Not just going, well, 18 million, and you don't know if those are cumulative, you don't know if those are active, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to give you another example here. And the other example is just look at Mixer. Look at what happened to Mixer. And I always bring up Mixer because Mixer was growing. People were using Mixer. They used Ninja. They used Shroud to drive traffic to Mixer. And they shut it down. And why did they shut it down? And I always look at this, why they shut it down. And he has it here. Where is it? Where the mixer found expectations. Wait, I'm seeing if he says we're in a hitch or see. No, that's not it there. Maybe it's in this. They just pulled out a quote out of this one. But just to summarize while I'm looking for the actual quote. What he said. Here it is. Here it is right here. I know exactly where this shit is. Right here. This is why I say when you're talking about Game Pass, it's the scale and the growth. We don't know Satya's goal. Satya would be like, I want 50 million by the end of this year, Phil. That's how that Bethesda deal is going to work. Because you got to think, it's all about the baseline. You're not going to put a game that took you 5 years to develop, billions of dollars, and go, okay, well, throw it in a service for 18 million, 25 million people. They're like, no, we need about 45 to 50 million people paying because we got a bunch on free shit. We need about 40 million people paying over a number of months to make this even break even of what we're putting in there. Or we're just going to eat the cost. And guess what? Okay, fine. Microsoft has all the money in the world. But after a while, that shit's going to catch up with you, right? And it's going to happen with Mixer. But look at why they shut Mixer down. It wasn't that it was a failure. The system had features that, and look at, just like Game Pass, right? Mixer had features just like they had quad streaming. You could co-stream with people. You didn't have to be partnered. It had features better than Twitch. Pro gamer. You could be monetized and get bonuses from get embers or whatever you can. You didn't have to have 50 subscribers and hours of people and 5 people in your stream at a time chatting. You didn't need the Twitch partner exception to try to get monetization. You could get monetization just by starting a stream right now and going, yep, if you want to donate, donate. They had all these prosumer things in Mixer. Things that Twitch never adopted, and it was better than Twitch, better than YouTube. They had abilities where you could control the game through the PC. I could control the game of the streamer. If they want to, hey, I donate something. Hey, you want to play this game? Try it out. Never brought it to the console. But they had it. They got Shroud. They brought Ninja. They brought all these guys in. They bought Beam for Mixer. But what happened? It didn't scale where it needs. So when you try to grow something, and now remember who says, like, I think of gaming as a growing business. It's not a profitable business, but it's not profitable. But, you know, when you got questioned about that profitability, you know, that whole jibber jabber thing. Where's that? I have that thing here too. Where you have him going about, you know, I always said Xbox is a profitable business. When was it profitable? He's like, oh. I look at it as a growth business. So here, I got right here. So let's put the 2 and 2 together. Okay? And again, this is just my opinion on speculation on what I see. And again, when it all comes down to it, it's not generating great games for us to play. It's the waiting game. So that's why you could look at this stuff with kind of like scratching your head going like, you know, like, enough of the horse shit, man. When are you going to just output what you're supposed to do? The stuff that you promised that you were going to do years ago, and you still haven't. And then tell me that it's more years from now. How is this going to, how are we going to do this? How's that going to work out? And where is it? I'll give it right here. So I want to listen to this. Where is it? Hold on. Is this it here? That's not it. There it is.
Fidelity only goes up.
So at some point it needs to be a business, though, that can live and die by the success.
Well, it's a profitable business today that's growing.
Is it profitable today?
Yeah.
When was it profitable? When did it become profitable?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at it has been a good business.
I ask you that because people speculate on that, on the profitability of the Xbox business.
We've said before the Xbox business is a profitable business.
But you never said really when or when. And, you know, it's always
I'd have to go.
Terms,
Sony would never be put in this position.
You know,
Yeah, the Xbox business has continued to grow. We continue to invest in it. I would say it's not a business that we try to maximize the profitability. We see it as a growth business inside the company.
Very startup-y way of explaining
But
things.
you need to be there. Like, we're not. If you look at where gaming is going today, if you're trying to do something to maximize the.
So he's talking about it's a growth business, right? Okay. Well, Game Pass is growth. It's not profitable, but it's growth, right? Well, here, it's obviously a disappointment when you try to grow something to the scale it needs to get to and you don't get there. Not the fact that it's just growing. No. That's why I say when you look at Game Pass, Take this in consideration, what they did to Mixer. And he says, it's a growth business. Okay. Well, you're trying to grow something, Game Pass, to the scale it needs to get to. So what is that magic number? What is Satya's magic number? Where he's like, Phil, we got to be at 50 million in the next year or so. Make it happen. All right. Well, people are not putting their games in there, so we got to go buy a bunch of publishers so we get more games in there, to get more content, because the studios that we purchased, they're not ready to make games. We just bought them a new computer. We built a new building for them. They're still not outputting shit. We got bleeding ass out of them. We got some bees and some honey and goddamn Grounded from Obsidian. Yeah, we got nothing. So go buy some companies and get some shit in there. What's that number? What's Game Pass's needs to get to? What is that number? We are a hit-driven industry. We're trying to just insert Game Pass where he's referring to Mixer. Just think of Game Pass in your head as opposed to Mixer. Because think about it. Game Pass is what it is. They got 18 million versus the 90 or 100 million Xbox Live subscribers. You heard them all complain in February. Think about it. Think about Game Pass if we're going to see this quote from Phil 3 years from now when Game Pass just doesn't get where it needs to be. It's obviously a disappointment when you try to grow something to the scale it needs to get to and you don't get there. I don't have any regrets. You make decisions with the best information you have at the time. You apply your best effort, and we're in a creative industry. We are in a hits-driven industry. And if we get into this space, we get afraid of disappointment that we won't achieve what we're trying to achieve as an organization. I think it's fundamental to us that we're not afraid of trying things that might not work. And that is just the art of making video games and, frankly, game platforms. I could see that quote being used in Game Pass 4 years from now if it doesn't get where it needs to be. And all this energy that's being spent right now for it, it's a wait and see right now. All right? It's a wait and see. Because look at that model that I showed you of how money is made. You get 2 million people just buying the bullshit. You make over double of what you do for the amount of energy of giving away free shit, low sample shit, with the hopes that that person will convert and buy some bullshit in the game. All that energy, all that 18 million people of traffic to squeeze 50 million out of them when you just say, yo, here's an amazing quality product. 2 million people buy that shit day one. You make double of what you made for less energy than that. And that's Sony's approach. Sony's just making quality games that people just go buy. And they're making their money back. Boom. Microsoft has to give you games that are like, well, we'll get there in 3 years of Sea of Thieves. The Kraken still don't have a fucking body. He's still a bunch of sea dicks in the air. We didn't put that content in there, but we added more content to Sea of Thieves over the last 4 years. Thank you, 15 million people that checked us out in the last 4 years. That shit, what are you doing? Now they added a store to Sea of Thieves. Now you can pay real money for buy shit in Sea of Thieves. Woo! Gotta make your money somehow. But all that energy, Phil made a Game Pass jacket, all this energy in Game Pass, all this ups and downs. Oh, April was good. May is starting to suck. All these ups and downs, all that energy to what? All that for a little bit of blood. All that for a little bit of blood. But if you make your quality games and you do what Sony's doing, Sony just puts your shit out there and it sells. Done. And if it doesn't sell, next one up. Returnal sucks. Oh, you know what? Ratchet, get the fuck in there. Tap him. Tag him in. Tag in Ratchet. You know, Ratchet doesn't do well? Tag out Ratchet. Aloy, get your ass in there. Mixed tag team. Shit, Aloy doesn't hit it? Kratos, get your ass in there. Whoop that ass. Kratos, you didn't sell like you sold the last time? Check out. Yo, Nathan, get your ass in there. Go. You know what? New IP. Ghost of Tsushima, get in there. Nobody wants Nathan, and nobody wants God of War. Tag him out. Ghost, get the hell in there. Ghost of Tsushima, get your ass in there. What? You don't want Ghost of Tsushima? You don't want Nathan? You know what? Fuck it. Call him in. Here comes fucking Spider-Man. Here you go, sons of bitch. Dude, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. Boom, 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 like a fucking Royal Rumble. That's the level that Microsoft needs to get at. They tagged out Craig, and you got a fucking Bush. They tagged out Craig. They're like, Halo didn't show up this year. Oh. They're looking around. They're like, oh, shit. Yeah, guys, we got nothing. We got nothing. Well, stay tuned. Craig's coming back next year. So you mean without Halo, you had nothing? There's nothing. Oh, we got the medium. We could. Oh, well, did I show you I could do a couple of tricks? I could pull a couple. Here's Game Pass on Android phones and iPads. I could do a couple of tricks and entertain you while you wait for Craig to show up next year. Hold on. Phil Spencer got a couple of magic tricks. Hey, look at this. You see your phone? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look, you're playing your game on your phone. Yay. Who's the birthday girl? Who's the birthday boy? Who is he? You over there? Oh, well, hey, I know you wanted Halo. I know you wanted Halo. But did I show you this trick? Watch this. Hold on. Whoa. What's this behind my ear? Oh, wait. What's this? Oh, 15 days of Game Pass for you. Woo! I gave it away. What a promotion. All right, guys, I know you're getting antsy. I know you want some games. I'm sorry, Halo's not here today. But did I show you this other trick? Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Wait. Under my hat. What's this? Oh. Hold on. Kids are booing him and shit. They go, boo, get out of here, Uncle Phil. Boo, we don't want you. We want games. But wait, watch this new trick. Watch. Phil Ness. Hold on. Whoa, wait, what? See your dad's iPad? You can play Gears on his iPad. Look at that. I just made that happen. Boo.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
That's what it is. All this stuff. What is it? It's a bunch of okie dokie parlor tricks. While you wait for supposedly games that you give a shit about that we have not seen or even know what they are. Phil's the goddamn Wizard of Oz, man. The Wizard of fucking Oz. Bunch of con men.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
Phil Ness performing Vegas magic tricks. That's right. That's what all this shit is. Your competition's releasing games. Little Timmy's party across the street. Dude, he has all the characters at his party. Hey, whoa, I got Celine from Returnal. This is a new character. Oh, shit, I got Ratchet. I got fucking Rivet. Yo, Timmy got all those characters at his birthday party. I got Phil the Magician. Pulling Game Pass fucking trials out of his hat. Phil, we ordered Halo. We ordered all the bangers. Why did you show up in a rundown goddamn minivan that you live out of, handing out $15 Game Pass fucking passes out of your hat? Show me magic tricks. I could play some bullshit on the phone.
Get your mother, please.
I'm trying to use the phone!
Tag them all in. That's right. Knack. Sackboy. Slot. Dude, this is what I mean. It doesn't end. Astro. Sackboy. Tag them in. Timmy got all of them at his party. I got Dollar Bill Phil, the fucking magician, here. Here he is. I told you it was going to be a classic. I told you. It's been some time. But I saw the emails. And I just snapped. Hit that like button. We got 2 dislikes now. Hey, it is what it is, man. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hey. It's not my birthday party. Cry if I want to. Knack. Tag in Knack. But this is the, like, you joke about it, but this is the real thing, man. This is what's going on. It's a dog and pony show. Like, it is just a distraction. And your competition, like, look at Friday. They had Returnal come out, Pokemon Snap, and Microsoft was in the bushes. Oh, did I tell you about Second Extinction? Did I tell you about Boost? Dude, those are nice tricks, all right? But you got to bring some content with the tricks. And these tricks are long in the tooth because you've been doing these tricks for the last 4 years. You told me 2 years ago this shit was done. You were ready for next gen. You bought the studios. You were stacking up for next gen. Well, now next gen is here. And where are we? Oh, it's going to be a couple more years. Years? Just the mind share. You're losing it. That's why people go, well, it's going to take time. Yeah, you could complain about it now, complain about it next week, you complain about it. But the thing is Microsoft doesn't have the time. And the only way they have the time is if they just give up. Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, they have all the time in the world if they are just not in it to win it.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
If they're just not in it to be the brand, then they do have all the time in the world. But if they want to be relevant, if they want to be it, or even close to it, time's a wasting. Because Sony and Nintendo are not going to stop. Because that's their business. That's why when I see this stuff, I'm like, how can you look me straight in the face and tell me they're 3 to 2 years out? Hellblade should have been here now. Halo, we should have had it already. We should be talking about the next games. Instead, we're talking about 2020 games that are now slated for 2021. And guess what, everybody? Grinders, guess what? We're in May of 2021. We're not in January. We're in May. We are almost halfway through the year and don't have release dates for any of these games that was slated for last year. Meanwhile, Sony has... They did Destruction All-Stars. They did Returnal. They got Ratchet. They got Deathloop after that. They have possibly, Horizon. Like, they got these games, you got some stuff working within the first year. They got dates, and we're playing those games. That's right, Ryan. Yeah, and exclusives are anti-consumer. Yeah. You see how that's going, right? But exclusives weren't anti-consumer, though, when they were doing the Bethesda circle jerk, and everybody's like, oh, the exclusives, everywhere where Game Pass is. Well, interesting, right? Considering that email, he really wants Game Pass on the other consoles. He hasn't given up. Everywhere where Game Pass is. Dude, that's the end game. That's the plan. And whether XCloud is decent enough to play on a PlayStation or on a Switch, it's going to be up to Nintendo and Sony to do that. But as you see, there's a lot of stipulations in the background. Like, Sony's not going to let somebody play NBA 2K22 on XCloud and all that money go to Microsoft and don't buy it from the PlayStation Store. Nintendo's not going to do that either. Unless they do some sort of store where only the games that are not available on the Switch and on PlayStation are available on XCloud, like a $5 or a $10 kind of watered down Xbox Cloud. But I'm sure those negotiations are going on. But that's the stuff. Like, everybody wants the money to drive through their platform store, through the Nintendo store, through PlayStation, and through the Xbox store. Nobody wants that virus to come on there going, hey, I'm going to put... That's what Apple doesn't want. That's why they're fighting with this shit. Apple doesn't want Epic to just come in there and say, well, here's our game, and then every purchase with the convenience of Apple, Epic gets all the money. No, they're like, dude, we need the money too. We're making it convenient. This is what we're trying to do. And they won't budge. But I'm going to tell you, Captain Crunch, they will budge if eventually the Xbox console is not even in a competitive realm right now. And we're not going to know that until these consoles become readily available of how much of a difference between the PlayStation and the Xbox there are. We're not going to know that. But until we do, like, Microsoft would probably have to eventually leave the console business for them to really consider it. They want an Xbox extension. Dude, hey, it's I liked it when they were going back and forth. It was interesting because Sony was quiet. Microsoft was trying to make some waves. Sony came back. It was exciting. That's why I want Microsoft to be what it is, because I was an Xbox fan. I grew up with Xbox. I abandoned Nintendo to be on Xbox and die hard. And I wasn't a fan of Sony stuff. And after a while, like, it was no denying it. And once I started playing the Sony stuff, I was like, I've been denying myself this stuff, these games, because I just wanted to stay on one platform. And then Sony basically took that over. Like, it went for the exclusives. And then I just stayed and said, well, why am I going to go back and forth between platforms? Because you know what? Myself included, I want to stick to an ecosystem. I want to get all my purchases on one thing. I don't want to know where's the game on either platform. I don't want to do that. So I'm like, why? And then they had VR. I'm like, well, Sony has the VR. Sony has brand games that Microsoft never has, high quality, amazing games. Plus, I can play all the games that are on Xbox on PlayStation. If it's all there, why do I have to go back and forth? And then Microsoft is releasing so few games that I could experience them on a PC whenever they decide to drop them. It's not frequent enough to say you're dedicated to that ecosystem. And that's why I don't understand if you primarily just play on an Xbox and just sit there and don't acknowledge that Sony has games that you will never get, or Sony has games that are really good. I just don't understand that. Why would you do that to yourself? And I was the same thing. I'm like, nah, not enough. But then after a while, it's enough. Like, enough is enough. And you gotta get not get angry at yourself or get angry on Twitter, but get angry at the company who makes the product. Going, you did this to me. Your incompetency of not producing quality content over the last few years has driven me to seek my enjoyment somewhere else. So how can you sit there and still talk about this console and not have games for it at launch? Talk about power and have nothing to demonstrate that power. Why are you lying right at me? You set this narrative up. You closed down Lionhead. Why would you shut down Lionhead just to revive Fable with Playground Games? You have Rare Studios sitting there jerking off with avatars, but we gotta wait for you to create the initiative, and then 2 years later, after they're created, to say they're making Perfect Dark, when Rare is sitting right fucking there. We're gonna have the initiative make Perfect. Rare is right fucking there. Wrap that CFDs up, make the Kraken body, and go make Perfect Dark, Rare. Make it the way it should be. No. Figure out a new Everwild game, and we're gonna build a brand new studio with a bunch of people that fuck the Perfect, and I'm gonna tell them to make Perfect Dark. How does this make sense? Naughty Dog, what? Oh, no. You go make a different game. Who, you? We're going to make you make Last of Us. Get over here, Insomniac. But the game is known from a Naughty Dog makes the game. Now, we're going to have Insomniac make Last of Us. What? That's basically what Microsoft is doing. They had the studios that created these franchises. They did it with 3. Look at the combat right now we have with Bungie and 343. They made Bungie go. Bungie created a brand new franchise and did it with Destiny. And we're left with the skeleton crew at 343 with Bonnie Ross and friends and Kiki Wolfkill. And they don't even know how to pump out a goddamn Halo game that's worth a damn. That's a full, complete game with multiplayer and campaign that work together. Like Halo used to be. And now, on top of that, you make them create a brand new engine, do a free-to-play multiplayer, some open-world horse shit that looks horrible right now. And you're teasing us. This is the thing. We're supposed to be playing this game in November. We're supposed to be playing this game in November, and all they have shown since November after that gameplay of Halo Infinite has been widescreen screenshots for ultra-wide stuff, concept art. Does this not concern anybody? Does this not just make you question what the hell this development of this thing is? Talking about paragraphs of music notes. Hey man, this is Grinds My Gears, Froggy. Suit up. This is how I got started. This is what I do. My vent chamber. And I wouldn't vent if it didn't matter to me. That's the thing. This is the stuff that goes on my mind that I just can't believe how we got here and how we're still here. It's insane. It's sad. And it is what it is, man. And that's the thing. You could just say, let them burn, let it is what it is. But there's certain things that I'm just like, shit's not matching up, man. It's not matching up. And no questions are being asked. Nobody's asking, where's Halo gameplay, everybody? I don't see that question to Phil. I don't see that question on Twitter. I don't see anybody asking. I see people telling me about quote-unquote question mark XXX Studio making new XXX game for Xbox, and then everybody just talks about, is it going to be in Game Pass? Do you think it's going to be in Game Pass? And it's like, we don't even know what the game is, dude. We don't even know what the game is. Why you give a fuck if it's in Game Pass or not? If Elder Scrolls or Elden Ring is not in Game Pass, are you not playing it? Is that where we're at right now? Like, if the game's not in Game Pass, you're not going to play it? Like, that's the conditioning that they have built? That's not good. That's for another story, but that's not a good way to go. So it's a lot of things, man. But again, I covered a lot of stuff. Those emails, I said it's going to probably go to consoles. He wants it on other consoles, and I said he's doing it. It's just a matter of time and for them to do it. And that's the end game. And the Sony Mindshare is just growing and growing and growing while Microsoft is fluffing around trying to figure out what their games are. And we're trying to guarantee if these games are going to be worth a damn. You know, Hellblade 2 comes out, and what happens if it looks better, but it's just like another 8-hour shooter, an 8-hour game. Like, it's just didn't do as much as the first Hellblade. Like, it did a little bit more. There's more puzzles. And you're like, wait, I waited 4 years for the Hellblade to not evolve? People want this to evolve. That's all right, Ryan. Oh, yeah, my second channel, Sunshine and Rainbows. That's right. I give out Game Pass subs there. What is that? Neil says, I'll say again, Jez, Xbox doesn't want to be a console. They just want to be a monthly. Yeah, exactly. That's what they want to do, and that's what they position themselves as. But you know, as I showed before, like, it's a risky game what they're playing. And you know what? Maybe when these games come out, like I said, they're not in an urgent thing. Maybe they're waiting. And that's why, maybe they saw Halo. Like, that was another thing why I said about Halo, right? I was like, maybe Halo was delayed, not just because it wasn't ready, but maybe the subscriber count was kind of like, they're like, you know what? We could get a bigger hit with Halo if we wait another year and maybe get another like 10 million subs underneath ourselves with Game Pass. Like, maybe the subscriber count was not there. Like he said, it needs to scale. We need to grow something to scale it to the scale it needs to get to. Maybe they were thinking they were going to have about the 30 million subs in December, and they didn't. And they go, you know what? Halo doesn't look ready. It's not ready. You know what? Let's delay it a year. Because it's very interesting. Because they were even saying, like, we're working on polish and all this other stuff. And it's like, polish? Okay, then why is it a year delay? Like, you just knocked it. Like, very rarely do you see a game just get, like, tossed out and have a year delay. Usually they go the next season. Usually go the next couple of months. And it gets pushed out a month. Like, this is another warning sign, right? Like, you see, like, Returnal and stuff, like, and even Last of Us 2, like, it got delayed. It gets delayed, but it gets pushed out a month or 2, 3 months. Maybe it goes from the spring to the fall. But you never see a game just go, yo, this was coming out in November, and then, like, August, they go, yeah, next year. And we don't even know if it's next November. We don't even know it's October. We don't know. It doesn't even have a release date yet. But it got pushed out over a year. They said next holiday in August. Really weird. You don't see that many games just get knocked out like that. Was it because it wasn't ready? Or was there more to it? Maybe the subscriber count wasn't there. You know? But it is what it is. You could say at the end of the day. But guys, hey, guys and girls, man, grinds my gears. It's definitely some venting stuff, man. It's just insane. There's definitely some warning signs I see. Hey, man, this is who I am. This is who I am, man. There's no compromising here. Nobody's sending me free copies of Yellow Chairs, or that's not what I'm gonna do, because that's not why I did this. This is because I wanted just to talk about what's on my mind. And I'm not out here begging for review copies and interviews and stuff. It is what it is, and I get together with other gamers and we just talk and bullshit and have fun and all the other stuff. But some of these things, man, just grind my gears, and that's what you get with Grind My Gears. But I want to thank a huge audience. Thank you again to everybody sticking around. Hit that like button. Classic Grinds My Gears. And be safe out there. And stay tuned. Check out the gaming Grindhouse from last night. That was a wild one. We had an awesome time there. I'll be on Saltiest Podcast on Thursday. And yeah, like the video. And I'll catch you on the other end. I'm probably going to be streaming some more of Returnal. I think that's a great streaming game. Because it's just the questions that you don't know what's behind the next door. Like, it's so cool because, like, you're discovering just with your audience. It's not like the game and the audience is just watching. So I do think Returnal's a really fun game to stream. And I'll take some questions. If you guys want, I'll take some questions or some things. Let's see. I'm trying to see this stuff. Yeah. Sergeant says, question. Does Halo really gonna boost Game Pass numbers, knowing most Xbox players just gonna play free to play unless it was a lie and there's a Game Pass paywall? Interesting. Yeah, I'll take some questions. So or comments, whatever. But yeah, like I would think Halo's definitely going to grow the Game Pass numbers. Like, I definitely think that. But you're right. The free-to-play part is going to be interesting on how that's received. Like, I don't know how they're going to do this. Like, they said they were not going to split the two games up. But they might. Or they might make the one come out, or maybe they'll make the multiplayer come out in beta and then have that game come out. But we're going to have to see. I do think it'll increase Game Pass numbers. My thing is, I plan on buying it on Steam. I'm not going to subscribe to it unless they're going to do some special perks or anything. But I'm just like I did Master Chief Collection, I'm just going to buy Halo and do it. But if that campaign is the weak point, this is actually a good point because Sergeant brings up the question. Something I was thinking of was that, Halo not having a free-to-play multiplayer and a campaign co-op, it's going to be hard with reviewers to kind of balance out, like, can the multiplayer, can that save the single player? Like, is it going to be reviewed independently? Because, if the single player is not that great, the multiplayer may be able to catch it up. Or if the multiplayer is still bare bones and the campaign is good, is that going to be reviewed individually? Because you're talking about a free-to-play expansion, a free-to-play mode versus it's not one package deal. Like, it's two different things. One's through a subscription and one's through a free-to-play. It's going to be very interesting on how that gets rated and what part is better. You're right. If the free-to-play part is like a war zone and everybody just runs to the free-to-play Halo and the campaign is like, well, they still got to add content. It's not really good. Like, we don't know. So we don't know what's the stronger part of the Halo Infinite, but that'll be interesting. Resident Evil meta prediction. I missed both friggin' demos, Dreamwalker. I missed both demos. I missed both of them. I would say Resident Evil 8, I think it's going to get around like a meta. I would say probably seeing what I'm seeing on that thing and knowing from 7, I'm just going to guess it. Again, I don't know, making prediction scores, but just as a prediction, a fun prediction, I would say it'd probably sit around like an 80. I would say an 80, 70, maybe a 79. I think it's going to be on the lower end. I don't think it's going to be, 88, 90 or any banger, because I do think that for me, when I looked at it, I was like, it looks like a lot like 7. And the problem I have, which is a funny thing, is that everybody's simping over the witches, but it's like, what are we doing here? Like, the most exciting thing about goddamn Resident Evil, according to the internet, is the goddamn big ass witch and the sisters. Like, I'm like, but like, what about the game? Like, I don't know. Like, everybody's hyping up the witch that chases you around, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So, like, I don't know. It could be a bait and switch, man. It could be like, oh, yeah, these witches chasing you around and slashing you and saying all these things. And, Ethan, come here. It's time for your bath. In blood. I don't know. But just like sipping over witches. Like, what about the goddamn game? It's called Village. I thought it'll be like more outside stuff. And I hope it is. So we'll see. I wanted to go around a town and maybe a little open world-ish. I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to get it. I really liked Resident Evil 7. I liked that one. So, I don't know. We'll see with that one. But any other questions you have? Yeah, see, 87. So somebody thinks it's going to go higher. See, I don't know, man. I don't know. See, I think Resident Evil 7 tries something new. And that'll get the 87. But I think, 8 has to really bring it. And I don't know. They said that. I read somewhere. I don't know if this was just opinion, but somebody said that Resident Evil 8 was like, oh, they said 7 was too scary. So they better not tone that shit down. I want this thing to be scary. Pumpkin cheeks. Oh, shit, Punk Channel. Oh, my goodness. I Sergeant. Yeah, they added Doom. They added Doom Season Pass, $26 for Doom DLC and Game Pass. Yeah, for a Game Pass game, yeah. They added the marketplace to that stuff. And yeah, I'm telling you, man, like, I think Game Pass is great for what it is as an accessory to the traditional gaming stuff. I don't want everything to be in Game Pass. Just like that's why I don't do games on mobile devices, because those games are compromised to give me free-to-play shit and to try to get me to earn diamonds and timestamps and watch ads and all this other stuff. And I don't want that much shit into my console gaming. I don't want to be getting a game for a Game Pass subscription and I got to watch goddamn commercials to get game time or get a bunch of DLC or see all the, or get a game in Game Pass, boot it up, and then see all the shit grayed out that I have to buy to enjoy the game. I would rather pay $50, $60, $70 if it's worth it and say, this is all mine day one. And get rid of the whole, well, you're playing it for free right now and look at all these 30 characters, but guess what? Each one's $1 if you want to play them. I don't want my gaming to be that way. And when you do a subscription model, and that's what that whole thing is. It's not just the subscription. It's the low entry so that you buy more shit for the game. That's what it is. It's the mobile model. Look at all those games that are free downloads and then has in-app purchases. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Resident Evil, I'm excited. I'm going to see more of it. But yes, everybody hit that like button. Share out the video. This has been another Grinds My Gears. Let's try to get to 780. Let's try to get to 800. Woo! By the end of this month. Let's try to do it. Let's share it out. Let's get that. Let's get those subs up. Grindhouse. I'm going to put on an addition. I'm going to add a pool. No thongs. Everybody, don't bring your thongs to the pool. We'll take hairy chests, though, because we're promoting for Craig. We want hairy chests, so we'll go with that. But everybody, this has been an epic show. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Shout out to everybody here. Dreamweaver, Pug, J-Cat, Mog, even Froggy. I got you, Froggy. I know I grind your gears. VC, The Unknown, Ghostface, Captain Crunch, Neil, Dylan Rafferty, Jamal. Everybody's been hanging out here. Awesome chat. Awesome Grindhouse. Umar, what's up? Everybody, thank you again for this awesome, awesome time. And I love hanging out with you guys and just grinding my gears. And with that, I am